Hello and welcome to the last round here. We kept this hand. It's not really the best of hands because we've already played against two aggro decks and it's very unlikely my opponent is another aggro deck. But given that he could be, I think want to keep this hand. Whipcore is better than the Celestial Colonnade here because it puts pressure on our opponent just in case he doesn't, and like if he has like mana acceleration we probably want to Whipcore it as well. Although maybe either adept is a bit better than. And this way we can cast like Celestial Colonnade next turn and still swing in for 2. Pretty weird color combination, so my opponent should be creature based as well. Which yet again means that I'm up against creature decks. Bizarre. Great Stable Stack is a nice card, but not really gonna do much when we have Whipcorder. I think Efreet here is a better play because it puts pressure on our opponent. He can't even attack with a Great Stable Stack here because this is a 3/3 of course. Never mind, this has protection from blue, so might as well tap it. So we can't even bounce it, so casting either adept would have been a mistake. Stoneforge Mystic is a good one. So Stoneforge Mystic, hope he doesn't have Sword of War and Peace. He revealed Sword of Fire and Ice. That's actually okay because we can still keep that Whipcordered. Rancor on the Stoneforge. Yep. Weathered Wayfarer is not really a card I want to see here, so I'm just gonna attack here. The question obviously is like, what is my opponent gonna do with this? I have Venser, so I can always bounce it. He goes to beginning of combat, in which case I tap down that. And then when he attacks there, that's no problem, like I'm willing to trade the 3 damage here. This is gonna be the sword cast, I assume. It isn't. So Traktusk is probably a card I want to answer. Then how much damage do we have? 7, 11. So Traktusk gets bounced. I can swing for a bunch here. Karn is a pretty good draw. I think we animate this and just swing for a bunch, and then keep like Whipcorder there. So he falls down to 6. We could have got him down to 4, but then Traktusk obviously is really good. So again, his begin combat, still gonna tap down that. And then Traktusk is gonna be pretty big. Yes, do not really care about that. We have 7 flying damage, so Traktusk is fine. We can tap that down. We can bounce. We can bounce the Stoneforge. Okay. Okay. Play the Hypocrisites. And then attack with the Efreet. And then next turn we have him dead. Assuming he doesn't have anything that's too good there. Still no Sword of Fire and Ice activation. Fate's Feathers on Whipcorder, in which I will tap down the Traktusk in response. It is gonna gain him 4 lives, so that's a bit of an annoying thing. And if he Rancors this, I'm obviously gonna double block. Stoneforge is a-okay in my book. The problem now, of course, becomes Sword of Fire and Ice. Oh, I cannot double block, of course. So if he attacks me, do I block? I don't think I do. Take one. Suspend this. Play Wayfarer. And attack with the Ifrit again. I don't see what else I would want to attack with. Like maybe I could have gone with Hallowed Fountain with the Celestial Colonnade attack as well. But given that he has to have 2 creatures here to actually stop me from swinging for lethal. Plus we can get a land. No, we cannot. We cannot yet get a land. A pocket side can always block the Sword of Fire and Ice one, but then he can have the trample. So he can Rancor plus Sword of Fire and Ice on something. So he can do it on this, which will be 7/9 pro blue. So he's gonna do it on that. That's bizarre. Not really the target I would go for. So it does have trample. We have to consider that. We have to at least block it with a single creature, which should be a poker side, because it's gonna deal us 6, 8, and then we go down to 9. So let's just block with a poker side, and then on our turn we should win, right? Like he kills Fencer or something. He has 2 blockers. No, we don't win. Assuming he does it correctly. Assuming he kills one of these 3, we do not win. So we just need to play Karn, remove Fate's Feathers, and then be able to stab that down. But we can't because we don't have the mana for it, so we can play Karn. Yeah, he shoots Fencer, which is correct here. I'm not sure what can save me here. Obviously we weathered Wayfarer. Why can I not activate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it has Summoning Sickness? Never mind. So always yield. Always yield. Always yield. All these triggers. Can play Karn, remove this, or remove the Rancor. I think removing the Rancor is a correct play. GG, yeah, whatever you say, bro. We can't attack with everything because this is 7. He has 2 blockers for these, so we can play Karn. We have to remove the trample giver and then chomp like this. In which case my Serendip Ifrit will die. He will get a 3/3. This will still be alive, but I can remove the Sword of Fire and Ice with the Karn. Or we can remove the Fate's Feathers then, which is obviously better. This is so rude on his end, by the way. If I win this game, I'm just gonna say like GG myself. Nah, I'm not gonna, because I'm not an asshole like him. But what he did there was pretty rude. If he has like Journey or something, yeah, Flicker Wisp is just as good. So that's fine. But what he did was very rude, by the way. Because he just removes the correct card there. So Disenchant has a lot of value against him. Don't think Relic is that great. What's pretty bad against this guy? Probably like Wake Thrasher. We're on the play, so maybe Lantex isn't that great. I think we still keep this. Nah, Lantex is probably the worst card. Yeah, let's keep it like this. Obviously want to play first, and we're gonna keep this just because we have Luthor Core. I know that's very greedy, but his deck didn't seem to be that fast, and Luthor Core should find me a land in time. We can start discarding pretty useless cards. All this does is pretty good against his deck. We should have plenty of time to get there. Drawing Ancestral Visions is not the draw I want, but I mean it's good enough, I guess. Fate's Feathers, huh? Pretty annoying card there. So yeah, his deck definitely isn't fast. So draw land, nope. Attack here. Obviously want to do this. Discard. I think we discard Hypocrite here. Sphere of the Suns. Maybe just suspending this is better. I think we want to resolve this as fast as possible. Like Sphere of the Suns will get me somewhere a bit faster, but again he has the pro blue one. Not too shabby, if you ask me. So we obviously attack here and still use it. Although I'm not so sure what I want to discard. I think I want to keep in the Sphere of the Suns. Withered Wayfarer is not really the card I want here, so might as well discard that. And then Karn in 2 turns, or All is Dust in 2 turns. Should be pretty good. And so we're only taking 3 every turn, not really that big of a deal. We can slow him down by Venturing. Polycranus is okay. It's obviously not the card we want to see, but what are we gonna do against it? Baneslayer Angel is probably the best card I could have there. But I'm looking for land, so... Keiga. I think in this case I discard Venser. Like all of these cards are way better than Venser. Like Baneslayer, we cannot block this though. So All is Dust maybe. Or Keiga. We have 5 mana here. Keiga, cast Baneslayer, we cannot block Polycranus. We can cast that, he can then shoot 2 on it. No, he doesn't, because it has first strike. And this has lifelink, like it's pretty hard for him to fight through that. If he has Fate's Feather Sword, that's pretty good, of course, but then we can always Fencer Baneslayer or something. Pretty annoying that we're not drawing the lands we need, but I mean, we did already draw 2. And then he's gonna be on the draw the next game to want land tax then. Probably. Polycranus on loot. Looter Core would be okay. Like that's probably the play I would make on his end, because I did miss my land drop and this is, you know, filtering my deck. So I think Polycranus on Looter Core would be fine if he had like no other play. He can always attack with this, there's no way I can block it. So what's the best draw? We draw land, then the turn after Ancestral Resolve, so we draw land there as well. Yeah, Polycranus, no way I block there, so just take the 5. Oh, you thought I was blocking. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you think I am? So Obstinate Ballot, okay card, I guess. Like it's not that great. Land, please. Land is the best draw there. So we venture this. I don't think we wanna attack with Luderic, or there's no need for us to do like insane stuff. There's no card we wanna discard here anyway. We can attack with the Baneslayer, venture that, block that, but probably don't want to. Might as well pass here and see what it does. If he attacks with that, we just venture it. Like we can block, and then if he goes Monstrosity, we can venture it. Because that's gonna take away his turn as well. And then we eat up with the Karn, like the Great Stable Stack. Sword of Fire and Ice is a-okay in my book. There's no way he has a viable attack here. So we venture this, eat up this. Yeah, that's fine. Fencer Polychronos. So we should draw a land from Ancestral Visions. That's basically what I'm hoping for. Like, if I don't draw a land from the 4 cards here, I'm obviously screwed. But instead we draw a land, so might as well. And we eat the Bailout, I think. And then Baneslayer is still pretty good here to block the Great Stable stack. And then all his dust protecting the Karn is really nice. So even if he has like Fate's Feathers, he's not progressing his board. So he's up to 5 mana now, which is obviously a bit more annoying. But like all his dust is really good against him, especially if I have Karn. So there's only Fate's Feathers, and we did bring in Disenchant, I think. Despite having only played 4 cards, we're not in that great of a position. Sec. Okay, I'm back. So he's considering doing something, that's for sure. The thing is, I just don't know what. Polychronos would be okay, given that I cannot block it. Like, I probably want to Karn it even. Or we can just attack with everything and then play all his dust. I think we want to at least attack with this, but I think we can attack with this as well, gain 5, play all his dust. Or we can just, you know, plus this. I think we first attack, right? So we first attack with Looter, see what to draw. We draw a card and then discard like Hallowed Fountain. Play land. I think we plus this. He exiles Avenger. He then attacks with like these two. I cannot block this. So he keeps Sword on this, attacks with everything on this. So I think I want like an extra blocker. In Void Mage Prodigy. Just so we can... He only has 2, so we always have the blocker for the Polychronos. We always have Baneslayer for an equipped Sword of Fire and Ice. And then we have all his dust still in our hand, plus Karn already being protected. Basically this game is protect the Karn, right? Like, there's no other play here. So blue and red, that's fine. We block with Baneslayer. He's attacking the Karn. So we block with Baneslayer, which, you know, it's gonna die. We anticipated that, no worries. So we gain life. So this has 5 damage. He can obviously Monstrosity it, kill Void Mage. Because every card he's gonna cast is gonna get countered anyway. Doesn't do so. We draw Jushi, which is okay. We obviously attack first with a Looter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we probably want land anyway. Maybe he... So we probably want to keep a land and discard something like Wake Treasure. Never mind. So play this, play all his dusts. Keeping open 2 land here. Probably should have used Karn first, because then he has less information. So we can, like, if he has a counter for this, we can just, you know, use Void Mage Prodigy. He's gonna keep Sword of Fire and Ice, but seeing that I have Karn, it seems very likely that's gonna matter. Avenger of Zendikar, huh? That's a good one. Overrun. So we're just seeing more about our opponent's deck right now. Karn should be able to protect me long enough to win the game here. Probably wants something like to stop Sword of Fire and Ice, I don't know. Like if we can predict it one more turn, we can just use it and start into play with an 4-4 and a 5-5. Which is enough. Acidic Slime kills land. So it kills that, that's fine. He can then keep the sword on it, so I don't want that to happen. Chase is an okay one. So we plus this on him. Stoneforge, we just play Jace. Bounce Acidic Slime. And then next turn we have Karn ulti. Which just wins me the game, right? Like a 5-5 and a 4-4 and a 1-2, that's 2 turn clock. There's no way he wins that. So he's just gonna concede this, yeah. So we're 1-1. And let's think about this. I think we won the land tax this time. We have the disenchant indeed. Probably land tax better than the Withered Wayfarer, despite Withered Wayfarer actually being a good blocker against Sword of Fire and Ice. I'm not sure. Maybe Ludrocore is a bit worse here now. Like, yes, it helped me for a bit, but I think Ludrocore is worse than Jushi. Yeah, Jushi can block things. Yeah, okay. So, plain Lentax, broken things. This is not that great. We have a 7-10, a 1-1. We are gonna keep this. It's not that great though, as I said. But a Freed is fine. Like, his deck isn't that fast either, it's more mid-rangey. So if you draw like really good cards such as Baneslayer, we're definitely golden. Just gotta hope this guy doesn't have like turn 2 Stoneforge, which he doesn't, which is pretty good for us. Come on, dude. Go to okay. Basalt Monolith is another good draw, because it will accelerate me into a Sundering Titan. And Sundering Titan should be pretty brutal against him, because it's a 7-10. It's gonna wreck his mana base. Man, that's 3 games. Not too shabby to have that same card 3 games in a row. Why does it not work on the end step all the time? So Basalt Monolith here. We actually have all his dust as well. So if we draw land, we can cast Sundering Titan, which is just a 7-10, wrecks 2 of his lands. Sure, it kills 1 of mine, but that's not really an issue, is it? Polychronos, please. Call of the Herd, that's okay. Just a 3-3. Rancor, that's a bit worse, given that we're now getting hit for 5. And all his dust isn't gonna be that great here. So a land, please. Man, what's with the end step issue? Cryptic Command is okay. Because we tap everything, draw a card. He might even like play Call of the Herd first. Plays land, so tap all creatures your opponent controls, draw a card. And we actually want him to overextend a bit here because we do have all his dust. We even draw Karn. This is the issue I have with Basalt Monolith. Yes, all of these cards are really good. But what is the use? What's the use of having all of these cards when you can only use this once? So we flashback Skull. I still think if I draw land, Sundering Titan is better, but we don't draw it. In this case, I probably have to cast all his dust. Like, it does stop like his entire onslaught here. And then when we draw, it's just a 2-for-1. But when we do draw a land, at last we can use Baneslayer. Just gotta hope he doesn't have too much broken things. Karma God is okay. It's an okay card as well. But Baneslayer is obviously the nuts here. So Baneslayer this. Sucks that now my Sphere of Suns is used up, but I mean Baneslayer is just a really good card here. If he has Fate Feathers, we have the disenchant for it. He probably is not gonna pay the Echo. Like, yes, it has Pro Black, but really, yeah, it's not gonna pay it. So he has another play then, right? So he has like Sword of Iron and Ice, Fate's Feathers. Like, Fate's Feathers is fine. We have the disenchant trigger or trick. We basically still want to draw lands. Wood Elves doesn't do itch. So he probably has Avenger, right? If he plays Wood Elves. Silverblade Paladin gives double strike to something. Oh, I see. Double strike and then Rancor. In which case I fall down to 5. Really? I guess that was a misclick somehow. So let's cast. No, we can't cast a Freed because we want a disenchant to be there. Why did he not attack there? That seems like such a mistake. Like, does he not want to trade this? He should. But he has Avenger here. Like, he has 2 cards, sorry. But like, it's very likely he has Avenger, and that should spell GG. It's very unlikely for me to win against that. The thing is though, if he like attacks here, we can always disenchant this, so if it doesn't attack, we untap Basalt Monoliths, use Karn, GG. This is the issue with Basalt Monolith. You're never finding a spot where you can do this unless you already have enough mana, and when you have enough mana, like, Basalt Monolith isn't gonna do much anyway. Yes, it got me there with all his dust, but like, I just want to draw lands anyway. So he has 2 cards. I think he has Avenger and is just scared of me having a counter or something. I don't know. So he goes to combat. Is he really that scared of things? Attack with everything. No, he still doesn't attack. So end of turn, we obviously use this. Then when we now draw land, we have Sundering Titan. So there's land, slam Sundering Titan. Kill 2 lands. Have a 7/10. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 7/10 is really strong here as well. Could have attacked for 5, to be honest. Creatures you control get +2/+2. That's okay. Doesn't really do that much. And still we have the disenchant. Like, if he finds a really good attack, we can just disenchant whatever he wants to do. Like, Baneslayer and Sundering Titan are holding the fort here. If I attacked with the Baneslayer, it would have like taken 8-11 damage, and I would find myself lower than if I didn't attack with the Baneslayer. I'm not sure what I want to disenchant. Probably this. But this at least keeps him away from like really big drops such as Avenger, which he has shown he has. And we just have like 2 really good creatures against him. We just have to find a spot where we can start applying pressure. But I think the late game should be ours, given that we have Karn and Jace. He probably has like a decision with 2 cards in his hand. One of them was a land, and the other one is overrun. So all of his cards have double strike, trample. Okay, this is interesting. Is this lethal? First of all, we can block this. So then we take 10. Again with a annoyance. So we can block like this and this. This blocks 10. This gains me 5, loses 1, so gains me 4, 14, 24. So this is indeed lethal. Must be nice drawing the cards you want. Is this always lethal? That's basically the question. Can I kill like a creature with something? We can block this, which is always going to be 10 damage blocked. We can block this, which is always going to be 10 damage blocked. We can double block this, I guess, which kills this, but then this is 14, 20 damage. This is exactly enough. This is always exactly enough, right? So 1, 14, 114 plus 10 is 24, and we get. Why did I calculate somewhere wrong? So this is 15. That's 5. That's 19. That's 24. I wish I had an out here just because of this guy's rudeness. But yeah, I don't see where I have an out here. This has protection on demons and dragons. None of these are demons and dragons. Pretty annoyed that the guy probably like drew overrun, because he was calculating like during his own turn. Could I play it somewhere differently? If I play Karn, use this, I probably win. But then if he has Avenger, like I haven't seen those cards yet, I have seen overrun. So I'm gonna concede here and see you guys for the next one.